Alright, what is going on, everyone? This is Redbeard or Red, and today we are going over a couple of the battle chess strategies in Infinity Kingdom. This is going to be an overall guide and understanding of battle chess. It is a little interesting to play this game, as there really is no one way to win. So that is going to be a big caveat of this video. Starting with the rules, eligibility worlds which have finished Chronicle, Royal Ambition are eligible to participate. And eligible servers, lords who are level 11 or above can participate. So if you're not there yet, you're not going to be eligible to play battle chess. Opening time, eligible players can take part in battle chess every single day. Each season runs for 30 days. When a season ends, players will be sent seasonal rewards based on their points ranking, and tier points will be deducted based on player tier. Rank players are divided into 10 different tiers. Each tier is further subdivided into sub-tiers. Players can claim the corresponding rewards when entering a new tier for the first time, and tier rewards can be claimed once per season. Entertainment mode, entertainment match open all day. Players will be matched with players of similar strength who are also waiting for an entertainment match. Entertainment invite open all day. Players can send invitations to their alliance. If an alliance member accepts, both parties can fight a match. Something to also understand about entertainment mode is there is gold to be made there, but you're only allowed to make XYZ amount of gold per day, so keep that in mind. But you can always hop into entertainment mode to practice as well, which is what we're doing at this point. Ranking mode, ranked match open every day from 14 to 16 and 22 to 24 during a season. Players will be matched with players of similar strength who are also waiting for a ranked match. Points settlement, after the end of each ranked match, players will be awarded tier points depending on the results. How to play, players must choose 9 cards before each match. Cards are divided into 2 types, Immortal cards and Arcane cards. Players can choose any usable cards to start the match with. Start of the battle, when the match starts, a king will appear in each side's camp. The king continuously generates energy marks. Players spend energy marks to unleash different cards with the goal of destroying the enemy's king. After using an Immortal card, the Immortal will automatically fight and cast skills on the board. Using an Arcane card turns it into the king's skill to be cast. Used cards can eventually cycle back into a player's hand to be used again. The king continuously gains movement points. By spending movement points, the king can move to various positions in its own half of the board. Speed up mode starts after 2 minutes have passed in a match. In speed up mode, both kings continuously lose HP and generate energy marks more quickly. Keep this in mind, this is very important for strategy. Battle results, the match ends when either king loses all HP. The player whose king survives wins the match, and rewards will be issued accordingly. So we have all different rewards for each rank, but this is something that we'll go into as the season progresses. So let's hop right into a little bit of the characters and the cards. Now, this is the battle formation that seems to be working the best for me right now, although I'm sure that I will have more formations in the future for you guys to utilize as I rank up. But generally, the concept here is to utilize some of these lower ranked but high attack players right off the bat, causing, so something like Yi Seong. He can cause 20 damage to 3 random enemies and steal any buff effects of the targets for 3 seconds. This is especially effective when you have someone on the enemy team like Ditto that can cast ice armor to 3 random friendly units. So you do get to take that friendly armor or their enemy armor, and that applies to you as well, which can be an advantage when you're trying to build up your front line. When they take damage, there is a 50% chance to apply slow to the attacker, reducing the attack speed and movement speed by 50% for 3 seconds. So that is very, very incredible to have on your backline. But keep in mind, they only have 158 health, so you want to make sure that you have a front line for this to be even an advantage, right? Another person that you want to take advantage of is Attila the Hun. He can leap to the enemies when placed on the chessboard, taking out people like Ditto to further help your front line push through their front line, the enemy front line. Someone like Moctezuma is very effective because he can patrol the ground, and every 3 seconds it will generate 1 energy mark, but he does lose 80 HP, so he's not the most effective player, but he does, if you can take all advantage of him, he does give you kind of that bonus energy mark if you can take full advantage of him. But this is not someone I would place down to go and fight others, because really he's only there to have health and patrol in the back line there. Another great player to have because of his health is Lancelot, and he can really push your front line very easily because he can charge towards the target, causing 50 damage upon impact and stunning the target for 3 seconds. He also does a pretty high attack damage, and his attack speed is pretty high as well. One of the only downsides being his range. So upon impact, you do lose 30% of your max HP as well, and the charge action will be canceled by crowd control effects, so keep that in mind. Another player that we like to have that is super effective is our Robin Hood. I see him used pretty much every single build. Now, the cost might seem intimidating at first, but if you look at his passive skill, this unit cannot move, but he causes 60 damage to a random enemy every 2 seconds. And every time you use an Immortal card, the cost of this card will reduce by 1 energy mark all the way down to 0. So you can literally spawn this guy for free. So that's where he has a massive advantage, and he can do a lot of damage. I only recommend spawning him though when you have a nice front line and there aren't too many enemies on the battlefield, because the blizzard and the tsunami can take him out in pretty much 1 hit. So keep this in mind. Something I also recommend is that you have Ditto on the field to give him a bit of a shield, so that way maybe the tsunami can't kill him right off the bat. Another great arcane card to have is the Call of Thunder, which summons 5 thunder strikes and strikes multiple enemies on the card deck for 120 damage, which pretty much kills most players or heavily damages them. So each time an enemy dies from this ability, an additional thunder strike will be summoned, which further makes this an advantage, because if you have a enemy at half HP and you summon this into a nice little group, and they've built up a nice little group, you're pretty much killing, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys all at once, which is pretty effective considering most of these characters at least cost 2 energy marks. So the other one I like to have is Blizzard, cause 180 damage to all enemies in the area. This is effective to clear out some enemies so your front line continues to push. And a great part of this is having someone like Moctezuma to spam that Blizzard. But let's get into a battle here to kind of talk about exactly how you use all of these. There is some kind of concept here as to how you want to use these, but a lot of the strategy actually happens in the moment in the game. Now, this is not a guaranteed win. A lot of people also utilize this type of build, so it really comes down to placing your characters in the right spots and making sure you're not building all of them up in one area, as well as your castle movement is going to be important. All right, as always, we're going to let them start. Perfect. Already gaining a bit of an advantage here with our front line. We're going to keep that rolling. Now, since we already have a bunch of people on the field, we don't want to continue, except we'll have him on the back line. And we're already taking full advantage right here. putting our ditto down, but we're going to keep it so that we're just not wasting any of our energy marks, because if you max them out, you can't further utilize any. And we want to get our Robin Hood on the field here pretty soon, which we got him right now. Boom, there it is. There's an easy victory. We're pretty much just rolling through them on that, right? Countering exactly what they're doing right off the bat is going to be very important to succeeding. Let's see if we can get another win here. All right, so once again, we're going to wait until they spawn somebody first. Starting with that, we'll be able to easily take him out. Taking all of those players out right off the bat, that was pretty easy. Oh shit, I don't have a front line, so I made a mistake there. But we'll hop this guy over here. And our archer here, and we're already doing a little more damage than he has done to ours. And we have a few more players on the field as well, which is going to give us a nice little advantage. I'm going to use the Blizzard against these guys over here. Have a nice little front line now. I'll have the Lancelot charge. And then we'll kind of rush to get our Robin Hood here on the field as well. This is where he's kind of in panic mode. Makes it super easy to take advantage. And steamroll. Lancelot coming in quick. Can easily take advantage here. Boom. And that's an easy victory with that Thunderstrike, killing off most of them. The Thunderstrike is so freaking OP. I love it. Boom. I often forget to use that. So already we're getting our dubs that we need. We need 15 matches a week to win. And that's pretty easy. Once you get the hang of all these characters and understanding the arcane cards as well as the enemies and what they're putting down, then it's going to be a massive game changer for you. So we're going to come up with a couple other formations here for you as we progress, but this is a great formation to start off with. If you have any other questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. And of course, subscribe for more Infinity Kingdom videos. I'm trying to come out with at least a couple videos right off the bat here to give my alliance a really good advantage in this game and ultimately help others as well. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace.